That's what'll happen here. The in development of the cultural protocols with there was a community group put together of cultural leaders here in Palau, some representatives from the Bureau of Historical Preservation, from One Reef, from the Fishers Association, um, to, to put together that guidance, and they are excited to be engaged in species naming and discovery. So that'll be a role that will continue long after the expedition as we're getting results coming out, continuing those relationships.
So one of our collaborators who's doing a lot of the DNA work in the U.S., Steve Oskovich, is texting with me right now, and he's saying he's literally extracting DNA from a previous cruise as we speak, and half watching the dives as well.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Thanks for working up those samples.
I'll wait till I get close there, Jaden. I'll put it right above the box here so we don't lose the floater, potential floater.
Copy.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing thing about these expeditions is like what we're watching live is really just the start of months and years and decades of work.
Can I pop in for a second, Megan?
Of course.
Brian, can this go in one of the big boxes?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Jaden, we'll open just enough to leave those small boxes still underneath the cover.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, go and give it a bump. That should be good. Thank you. Do we think this one is a sink?
Yeah, this should be a sink. You should just be able to drop this one.
Yeah, as we were mentioning, every year there's new publications, and my teeny tiny part of the process is putting those up, on the website and keeping our reference library kind of up. And it's amazing to see which expeditions those come from. All the way back in our 15-year history, there's still things being published. And so, many more stories left to come beyond just this chance to see them live together now.
All right, so that is sample 3, yes, and that is in the forward starboard box, and that is we're going to call it a paramaricid for now. All right, and if we could take, before we leave, and you see the whip oral and WC upper, let's just take a quick look at that.
We're ready to do that.
No more sampling. That's a note to myself.
Yeah, future Brian says.
I've heard that one before.
Future Brian says no more. Well, I didn't mean like no more sampling for a long time. I meant like here.
Time to fly.
All right, so this is a bamboo whip. And
how can you tell it's a bamboo whip?
So it's got, see these black spots or nodes? If you think about a bamboo, when you grow a plant bamboo, like you've got those nodes and then I don't know what to call it, the internodal area, but along, and these corals have the same thing. They have a proteinaceous black band around them and then a harder section of internode. All right, I think we are good with this spot. Why don't we continue upslope?
Roger.
Well, this bodes well, I would say, for this dive if we're seeing this level of diversity and large corals here at 1,500 meters, way down the slope of this feature. I think it probably is promising for, as we move up slope, seeing more. Lots of these barnacles.
I mean, the barnacles are incredible. Like, coral polyps are one thing, but like the giant rakes on a barnacle are like so efficient getting food.
So we got barnacles. Looks like a little primnoid, maybe a Norella in here.
It's a nice view in the Thurber Cam too. It's a nice rock.
This all looks good, thank you.
Move it on.
You ready for ship
Bonk.
move, Dan?
Watch out for that rock.
Yeah. Nice size
want a
urchin
minute?
there too.
Not yet. Let me get stretched out a bit.
All right.
I gotta get turned around and stretched out here. Check my tether wraps, which are all wonky, and I'll come up the hill a little, and then we can. Okay, we can do a 20-meter ship move.
All right. Bridge nav, 20 meters. 110.
Can you turn the downlights off, Jaden, and see how that looks?
Copy. Did you want the starboard port lights off too?
Yes, please.
More corals and sponges here. Good sized stalked glass sponge, another paramercid, looks like another probably Anelapsamia. Our first Bathopathes. Couple other whip corals.
Come down a few meters for me, Jaden. Come down 5 meters.
Copy.
I was going to go left there, but I don't quite have the... I'll wait till we get a little closer. Meanwhile, we'll go right. Good for another 20, Chris.
Bridge nav, another 20110.
Looks like we'll be able to make up a little time here, or not. We'll see how it goes, but.
You got jumpy depth syndrome again.
I got what?
You have jumpy depth syndrome again.
Yeah, we do.
If we're waiting for tether, can we take a look at the yellow coral, please?
Yeah, finally have enough here to spin Herc around and look at Atlanta. You can come down a few more meters for me, Jaden. Looks like you still got 16 under you at the moment. That's going to change pretty quick here.
Copy.
Pushing
These pillow
halfway for me
formations
there.
are really interesting.
And turn on the downlights, please.
Copy.
This one looks like the one we just collected.
Yeah, it's even got the same
Think.
associates.
It does.
All right, that's probably good for science. That's definitely what we just grabbed.
Right. Rachel in the background, look at that WCA lower in focus. I think she's disabled my photo button though, she has control of it. Yeah, probably talking directly to the camera. Knowing her, she got 5 terminals open, fingers flying across the keyboards like a maniac. You on the line there, Rachel? There was something up here somewhere. Where'd it go? I'm good for another 20, Chris.
Bridge nav, another 20110.
It's got, looks like a 2. Oh no, that's not what I was going to say what that is. Those are crinoids.
There's the head growing back on the one on the right.
That would be my interpretation, yes.
Do they do that?
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that. So if you snip the top of it off, it'll grow.
I don't think
A new
it's
head?
I don't think it's definitive. It'll always happen, but
Huh.
I have, well, let me say, I'm making an assumption here. I have seen this scenario where we have seen these little tiny heads on these big stalks many times, and I have often made the assumption that something has bit off the head and it's regrowing. But that is definitely an assumption on my part.
Interesting.
I do not definitively know that. I've seen a field of these things with like half the heads gone, and so I think something swims around and bites the heads off. And
Weird.
And given the, it doesn't make sense to me when you look at these two, which I believe are the same organism, same species, with such a wildly different head shape or size, and that tall one the body is so disproportionately small compared to the head, compared to the other one, I'm assuming it's regrowing. But like I said, that's an assumption.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks that way. So these red ones are likely Proisocrinus ruborimus.
Good eye.
We've seen them on a few dives thus
Push in
far.
there, Amber, while I'm waiting for Atalanta.
These are truly living fossils. These stalked crinoids are sea lilies, have been known, they're quite common in the fossil record, going back hundreds of millions of years. And they were thought to be truly a fossil, something that had been extinct for a long time, until we really started doing a lot of deep sea science, and then we realized that they were in fact still very prevalent in the deep sea and virtually unchanged from the fossil record.
How long ago did you guys find that out?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember when they were kind of rediscovered alive.
That's so cool.
I'm going to slide out into the sand here. Our course over ground is going to take us away from that feature. See what's over here to the east.
Now we start looking for fish and sea cucumbers.
Hey, it's naked.
Yep, this looks like a dead bamboo.
Yeah, it's bamboo. But it hasn't been recolonized, which is interesting.
Do you want a closer look?
No.
Roger.
Here are the cousins of the stalked crinoids, the unstalked or Comanche crinoids, sitting on this Walteria sponge. These crinoids are actually far similar, not the same species, but will come all the way up in the shallows. We saw a bunch of these diving in Palau during our import.
I'm going to kind of keep moving, Brian, unless you call
Yep.
for a
Yep.
close
Perfect. Future Brian will appreciate that.
Good for another 20, Chris.
All right, I'm going to change heading slightly to 130.
Roger, 130.
Bridge nav, 20130.
Yeah, despite being unstalked, the unstalked crinoids still find their own way to get up into the water column by hanging out on some other tall organism. So they're playing the same game as the stalked crinoids. There's another bamboo whip, looks like.
I just want to welcome our viewers to our first dive, Weeaboo's Voyage 2. And Brian, you mentioned you're looking for fish.
Roger.
Is there anything particular you're looking for?
No, there's not a specific thing we're hunting for. You know, new things. Like I just jumped up and grabbed this one because we're trying to, build out our records for the area. So trying to look for things that we haven't seen is particularly important. Like this is a coral we have not seen yet on this dive.
Sorry, say again.
Push in halfway for me.
And then looking for, we have a couple particular sample wish lists. All right, this looks like I'm actually going to go with hemicorallium. The way it's moving in the, the way it's not really moving in the thruster wash. You saw how the thruster kind of hit it, and the whole coral kind of leaned a little bit, but not the individual branches, meaning it's probably got a harder skeleton. So this is probably hemicorallium. Can we get a tight zoom on it, please?
Sure.
Copy. Oh, is it now good?
I'll tip down for you. You can push in a bit more.
Also might be swiftier though.
there's a zooanthid hanging out on the side.
Yep.
And an anemone on the right.
Really nice shot here of how pretty these octocoral polyps are. All right, thank you.
Hi, I was wondering what the name of the coral
Okay, you
is.
can go away.
I'm not. It's probably either a hemicralium or a swiftia, but I'm not sure which.
That wall's gonna sneak up on you pretty quick there, Jade. Red wall encroaching, 20-meter range ring.
You want me to come up on it?
Yeah, you'll have to come up a bit.
Copy.
We'll hold the ship here for a few minutes.
Just thinking
while
back to
we
the
come up.
tips of those branches, the clusters of polyps on the top, has me leaning
More towards
possible
Paragorgia.
Paragorgia.
Yeah.
I'm right under you, so you can hold
And
the
it looks like
20-meter
Asako
delta
agrees.
until I get out. Got 20 to 25 until I get out in front of you a bit. If you look down at 135, you should see me. Fish or a stick?
Stick.
Sticks. Right.
Looks
Oh,
like-
but there's a
Yep, looks like some type of anthomastus.
push in just a bit, Amber.
Copy.
And we've got a nematochrysinus shrimp.
Okay. I'm gonna have to come up a little bit more.
Copy.
10 meters away from it now.
How long is this new tether again?
30 meters.
Do you replace the tether again? Or is this the old new tether?
Old new.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my sort of surface level geological interpretation of what we're seeing. So on some of the last few dives, we were over on the Pacific Plate, the other side of the Palau Trench. And that area of seafloor is quite a lot older. Some of the oldest seafloor in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean the seamounts are that old, but we saw much more weathered, encrusted, broken apart rocks. And since we're on the other side of the trench now, I think we may be seeing a landscape that is more recently formed from more recent volcanism, back arc volcanism from the subduction zone,
What is
because we
that?
see a lot of these round pillow-like basalt formations. Not a lot of evidence of things breaking apart. Thin manganese crust.
Can we just a few meters down, Jid?
Yeah, can we zoom on the
Copy.
pink coral? This one.
Go ahead.
This one I'm more confident is hemicralium. That previous one I think is Paragorgia.
Let's do a quick push in there.
All right, copy.
I gotta go. I gotta move up. Yeah, come up, Jid. Step back 10 meters, Chris. Stuck north, or north,
Or
315.
backwards, right?
Yeah, 315.
Bridge nav, 10 meters, 315. Three, 1-5.
Could we have a look at this sea cucumber?
Roger. Quick flyby look here. Go ahead, Emmer.
So this is the first sea cucumber we've seen on this dive so far. These are deposit feeders, so they slurp up detritus on the seafloor in the sediment and process it through their digestive system with the help of microbes.
Okay.
And some of them can float up into the water column and swim. This one looks like it might be one of those. It has sort of wide
That's good thing.
sort of rim around it, I guess. The structure is called a velum. I'm not entirely sure if this is that kind of sea cucumber, and it has all these tentacles coming off the top of it.
Tilt up one more touch.
Really good zoom here.
I can maybe push it just a little more.
Yep, I think that's a good shot whenever you're ready.
This is a good shot. Just going to get a few seconds of video here before we slam Atalanta into the wall.
Sounds good.
Got to get those cucumber shots for Jonathan.
Yep. Can you put a highlight in the cucumber highlight?
Harold, do you know like how old this is?
What's that?
Just looking at it, can you like tell like the age of it?
The age of it. I have no idea how old sea cucumbers can live. I assume, like a lot of things in the deep sea, they can be pretty old, but that's just a guess. They live on a very scant food supply, so I imagine they're not
Go wide.
growing super fast.
Harold, I hear that term back arc all the time, and I'm not quite sure what it means.
Yeah. So, in the way I understand it is, so back arc volcanism is basically at a subduction zone, like we're at right now, where we have two oceanic plates meeting each other. It's the volcanism that occurs on the, oh, I see a fish in the Thurbicam, if we tilt up a little bit.
Yeah, getting there. Just going to have a look.
It's
at
volcanism that
here.
occurs on the plate that is not being subducted as a result of the underlying plate releasing volatile materials into the crust above it.
Okay. Fish above the rock here, is that what you were saying?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see. We're back in the box here. Chris has moved us
Seems
away
to
from
be
the wall a little, so
rapidly drifting away, so
we have all the time in the world. It's here to the left, I think. Oh no, there it is. It's coming.
oh, there we go.
Pushing just a bit for us, Ember.
Oh, great. we don't often get to see the underside of these rat tails and rat tail-like fishes. And that part of the
Go
body
ahead
can
for
be
me.
diagnostic, so that's a great zoom to have. Thank you.
Moving on.
Ooh, one of my favorite geological terms, botryoidal crust. That little, looks like all the texture in the rocks is a type of manganese encrusting pattern.
Botryoidal. Oh, I have a
Yep.
problem with that one. What does that mean?
Just it's the texture that the manganese polymetallic crust gets laid down, and so it just looks like someone took like almost little like arts and craft fuzz balls and glued them all together to make that very, small lumpy texture on the rocks.
Does this only occur with newer volcanoes?
No,
Or
so
seamounts?
it's really in the older it's a function of the manganese and crust getting precipitated out of the water. So you're not actually looking at the basalt or the underlying volcanic rock. We're looking at a crust that's been formed, laid down over the course of thousands and millions of years. It's a very slow process. So this actually would mean that this is an older section of seafloor. This one, please.
Roger. That was Herc's bumper touching above my head there. It was across the...
You asked for overhangs.
I got it. Nice shot there in Atalanta. Okay, I'm going to push in just a bit for us.
Can't tell if this is alive or covered in hydroids.
I think it is a hydroid.
Oh.
Look at these encrusting sponges in here too. That's not something we've seen a whole lot of so far on this expedition.
Tilt up just a bit on the HD camera for me.
Copy.
This is my favorite landing here. So we have Herc's starboard antler touching the rock there. As you can see in the upper camera.
Can we do full zoom?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead, Everett.
That's full zoom for me.
Yep. Looks like a hydrozone of some kind, possibly hydrodendron.
All right, we're good, thank you.
Okay, you can go wide. I can come to my left here a little bit. There's some more stuff to look at.
So even though this looks like a coral pretty similar to the ones we see elsewhere in this dive and elsewhere around the deep sea, hydrocorals are actually a totally different group that is convergently evolved this Gorgonian coral fan-like shape. So there's both cnidarians, but yet again we have another filter feeder adopting this large surface area facing into the current type morphology. And you have to look at the polyps to be able to tell.
Chris, on that, or actually Jaden, on that tri-tick there, see on the very bottom, the slider where it says 20 meters, can you slide that to the left and make it 10 meters? Or Chris can grab it on the KVM and do it. You'll have to turn the downlights back on too when you get a chance.
Copy.
I'll let Chris do it. It just helps, gives me a better reference from the cliff face there. push in just a bit more for us, Amber? Thanks, Chris. Can you see what you need to see there, or you need more?
A little bit more would be great.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this is a hemicralium. All right, thank you. And then we've got another one of the paramercids underneath it, and a cup coral underneath the overhang too.
Oh, yeah. Are you good with the?
Yep, we're good here.
Okay,
Thanks.
I'm going to back off and float up a bit here.
Loving the geology so far.
Yeah, me too.
This is a pretty cool view.
Can we take a look at this one?
Sure. Yeah, Mary, push in halfway for me.
Same three organisms.
Push in a little bit more, and Jade might have to bump the camera a bit. Yeah, that's good. I'll see if I can bring it back to the middle here.
All right, that's probably good for this one, but I think there's an...
Either.
But can we go to...
Sorry, Brian, which one do you want
down
to see?
in the hole, like the hardest thing to get to?
Sweet. It's going to come under the rock here a little, and we'll push in. Feel like we've been here before. Okay, Jaden, if you'll center the camera up there. Good. Pan right, tilt up so Amber can
This
zoom
looks
in.
like a zooanthid.
That's my initial guess, yes.
Okay, Amber, you should be able to full zoom on that one. You'll have to tilt down a little for it.
Tilt up more,
Down.
down here.
So as she pushes in, just keep it in the center there.
Yep, and these are zoanthids overgrowing a dead coral skeleton. All right, let's move on, thank you.
Hey Brian, can you tell the viewers why we are looking at this specific region?
So, a couple different reasons. So the overall larger project, which is a multi-year project, is part of the U.S. government's commitment to Palau from the Our Oceans Conference to help map and explore the Palau National Marine Sanctuary. Nautilus is doing a few legs right now, and then next year the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer is going to be back for a couple expeditions for both mapping and ROV work. These particular seamounts here are actually technically outside the sanctuary in the domestic fishing zone, so they can serve as a good comparison for what life inside and outside the sanctuary looks like.
Right.
Thank you for
Push
that.
in halfway there, Amber.
This looks interesting.
It
Looks
does.
like more zoanthids, but some of them are ginormous.
I don't think I've ever seen zoanthids quite that big.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hold that for a minute.
Yeah, most of them are normal sized, but this one branch has huge polyps.
What do you mean by normal size?
So all along these bottom branches, that's sort of what we would expect for the size of a zoanthid polyp, but the one in the center here, this cluster of polyps is weirdly large.
How hard would it be to cut right there?
Push in a bit more. That could be easy cut.
Well, I mean, you're having to fly though because you're on the wall, right?
No, I'm landed on my antlers.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's get right there and get the big top ones and some of the smaller ones too, please.
Roger. Did you get a full zoom for him there?
Can do.
Give a sense
So
of
pretty.
after we get the shot there, I'm going to come off and come up a little bit higher. I think it's just a little high there to snip it. Okay.
Stay good.
Give me a second here. Trying to work out if I need to come up or not. I think I do. Okay, I'll have a hard time reaching up in there.
Copy.
Be
Coming
like-
wider. That's halfway out.
I was
Yeah.
getting a video shot there, but I'll have to move the
All right,
vehicle.
we got the shots we need back here, so go ahead
Ready.
and reposition.
You can go wide there, Amber.
Copy. Wide.
There's not really a gradient of size either, just small and big.
Yeah, I gotta assume it's two different zoanthids, I think.
Tilt down for me, Jade.
Copy.
Tilt down a little more just so you, when you see the porch, you can tilt up a bit. You can swing it right just a bit there. Now I know where I am. Perfect, thanks.
Looks like, and there's also our first gooseneck barnacle of the dive up near the hemicorallium.
You can push back in there, Amber. I'll get a tight shot from this angle.
Copy.
Get the manipulator out. Pan left just a touch.
Copy.
Left, not up.
Up.
Back down just a touch. Can you make the WCA lower full screen for a minute? Just need the other angle of the dangle there. Probably if you wanted to, you could look at it with the PTZ too. Put 4 cameras on it and it'll work out where.
So we think these are zoanthids. And zoanthids are still cnidarians, but they don't make skeletons. And so when you see something like this, they're probably overgrowing a dead coral skeleton. And these bigger ones, I don't remember seeing any in the deep sea quite this big. Though kind of the smaller ones in the back are kind of normal looking. But these are huge.
I'm touching on the rock somewhere. Work out where I'm touching.
Got your wrist.
Yep, that works.
You're good there?
Yep.
There we go. Didn't cut. Just gonna push in a bit more.
Oh, you got the whole thing. Just bring it.
Right. No, I
Nope.
cut.
Nope, you're good.
I don't know if I pulled it off the rock or not. We'll have a look here and I can pick it up too if you want. Pushing tight there, Amber. Can't tell.
No, it's still attached. I was wrong.
Where do you want this thing?
Oh, it's your turn. Leave it. In the, just whatever small box on the starboard side.
Right. You can go tight there again, Amber, if you want. You can,
So for our viewers, the 2 green dots is 10 centimeters.
you'll have to turn on the port starboard light there. Just,
Copy.
and go ahead and open the box. If you see anything float out, just go ahead and close it.
Okay.
That should be,
I doubt the black coral's not positively buoyant, so it shouldn't
Right.
escape. It just doesn't necessarily fall real well.
maybe one more pump out. This one should fall.
Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna try the fall method as opposed to the hand in the cookie jar. That worked. Okay, you can close the box.
All right.
Copy.
Zoom back in there.
Sample
Amber,
number
while I'm putting the
004 in
manipulator away.
starboard B.
Cool. And that was a large
Over.
yellow zooanthid.
Sorry, say it again, Dan.
You can full zoom there while I'm putting the manipulator away.
Okay, copy. Got some barnacles.
Couple of gooseneck barnacles, hemicorallium.
Okay, you can go wide, please. Thank
Be
you.
wide.
All right. Thank you, front row.
My pleasure. Overhanging cliff sample. Doesn't get much better. Okay, Jaden, we're gonna, in theory, continue to come up.
All right. Do you want the starboard port lights off?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. And probably the downlights too.
Copy.
Chris, dare I ask how much distance to waypoint 2?
Stand by. It likes to deselect my target every time I drop a target for sampling.
All right. No more sampling, Brian. We gotta go. That's far. I don't need to know the actual
meters.
number. It's a long way.
Yeah, we have moved.
40 meters?
Well, from landing, let's see. Yeah, no, 80.
Oh, good, 80.
But
Great.
we've come up. What was our depth at landing?
1550. So yeah, we've
Yeah,
come up a lot.
1550.
Yeah, come up this wall quite a ways. Does that count?
Yeah, I mean that's a little bit of a mitigating factor, certainly.
Pythagoras would say yes.
Yeah,
Can we? There's a big coral off to the left.
up to the left.
Yeah, I think it's the same Cloptophora we saw earlier, but I think it's going to be pretty.
Roger. Definitely pretty.
Yeah, that's the same one we got a good look at earlier. So let's
Float on by.
yeah float on by.
Roger.
Kind of surprised at how happy the DVL's been.
Yeah, it's not that steep. We just had some local overhanging there.
Sacrocalyx sponge.
Chris Kelly has joined us, sponge expert,
Hi, Chris.
and he says Calyptrophora angularis. is that big whale fluke looking coral that we just saw. Thank you, Chris.
I'm going to nickname it that. Harold is the common name, ROV pilot name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or geologist.
Fluke
common
coral.
name.
All these corals, always open to suggestions for common names. Much easier to remember.
Seems to be flattening out a little bit, so slide back to the right here. Look at the whip, and then we're close to ready for another 20-meter move. Duster, duster, duster. I'm going to put up with being heavy and let Josh determine if we drop the weight or not, because Josh and Jake agonized over the ballast and I stayed out of it.
Yeah.
We're close, right? 45 minutes. I think we're good for 20. Whenever you get a chance, Chris.
Ready for 20?
Yeah, Rich.
Bridge nav, 20130.
When I put the other stereo camera where the digital still camera is right now, I won't have to look down to straighten my camera up. I'll be able to see it.
We've got our first Venus flytrap anemone, another one of the Clyptophoras, another one of the little yellow paramericids we sampled earlier.
Looks like something from Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the deep sea corals feel Seussian sometimes.
Susian, that's gonna stick. Turn the downlights on for a minute.
You mean on?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Are those stills coming out okay for you?
Meh. There's I don't know if it's smudges on the lenses or some kind of weird focus thing going on. They'll have to kind of look at it, I would say.
Have you looked at any of the raw images?
I have,
Just
no,
the
we have only looked at the JPEGs.
I don't know where Rachel is in the land, but I'm going to put that one up there because it seems to be a better image.
Can we go sponge, please?
Roger. If you pick on the NDI stream there, you should be able to pick Stockham Nook. Or, yeah, Nuxoni, that's the one. Nope. Unfull screen it. Harold, on yours, on your Stockham Nook there in the bottom, right, there should be a NDI screen capture little icon there in the system tray.
This thing that's open?
What's that?
This thing that's open down here?
Yeah, is NDI tool screen capture running?
Yeah. What about it?
Is there an icon there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what do you want me to do with it?
I just want to know if it was there running.
Yes, there is an NDI screen capture thing in the toolbar.
Roger.
And I can't get it to go away. Shoot.
Wait,
am I fighting
nope. You're
somebody?
not.
Okay.
Shouldn't be.
All right, let's look at the sponge real quick. We don't have to spend
Go
very
ahead.
long on it.
You can zoom in. Isn't it?
Yep, this is a Pheronemid sponge. All right, that's good for science, thanks.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the common name for that one?
I don't know if it has a common name.
Oh, okay.
A lot of deep sea creatures don't have common names.
You can close that window, Jade.
Close it completely or just
Yeah.
windows?
Yeah, you can close it. I'm over it.
Chris Kelly's saying that this is this species we just looked at was only named. It only got a scientific name in 2017.
Oh, so it's fairly new.
Yeah.
I guess you can make up your own common name.
So apparently it was nicknamed the bearded helmet prior to getting its official name.
It does look like it.
Yeah, I totally see where that came from. Thank you to Chris Kelly, who's sitting in an airport hotel lobby waiting for his room to be ready, participating from shore. You know, this is an important thing to think about, how important the taxonomy is, and the people who really specialize in getting into all the nitty-gritty details of naming these species and being able to, you know, figure out what truly is a new species. When you think about biodiversity and patterns of biodiversity, like are you in a hurry, or can we look at fish?
We can look at fish, but
Let's
I
look at
just
fish, please.
blew it out there.
We really need, you know, species is the basic unit of biodiversity, and so we really need to know what are discrete species and give them names so we can be consistent across different researchers and scientists like me who are not taxonomists but need to understand and need help with the identifications.
Half zoom member
are really dependent on the taxonomists to help us do our work as well.
Good, thanks.
So this is an eel of some kind. Trying to get a look at the snout of it. Trying to figure out if it has more of an overbite or an underbite. And from the side view we just got, looks like a bit of an overbite. So I'm gonna say this is an Iliophis rather than a Synaphobranchus. Or than a Synaphobranchidae.
Yeah, I got what you need there.
Yep. Got what we need.
What are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna, that was enough for me. I'm gonna drop a weight here.
You've only got 35 minutes.
Yeah, but I just blew it out there. And that was, I can't do that.
Another primnoid. Maybe Norella there. We'll be off the seafloor for here just a second. And then we'll get...
I can actually sit down if you want to look at that while we're dropping the weight.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been flying with no sea bias for a while, and that was a fatal upthrust there. Tilt up a bit for me.
Copy.
Take a good look at this primnoid and see what kind of animals are living in it. I see at least two somethings. Can't tell exactly what they are yet.
While I'm playing around with the weight there, you can zoom in and move the camera around for Brad.
Are you ready for a zoom?
Yep.
Okay, copy.
Looks like a couple brittle stars. You can see the polyps are kind of down facing as they're retracted. Can't quite see the sclerites, but you can see like the brighter white dots in here. This group is known for its really large and spiky spicules.
Are those
Or
brittle
sclerites, not spicules, sorry.
Are those brittle stars or worms?
I don't know.
Looks a bit wormy
I
to me.
think you're right. I think they're aplicopherans. I was wrong.
So an aplicopheran is a type of mollusk. So not truly a worm, but has a worm-like body form.
Sorry, it's shaking. I got too much down. And, that's better.
All right,
Okay.
science is happy whenever you're ready.
Roger. You can go wide and tilt back down towards the porch there. Ooh, yeah, we're lighter now. Woo! Herc is free.
So Steve and Chris say Norella for the primnoid coral.
You could also, when you get a chance, put a note that we dropped one out of the plate.
Copy.
Is the ship moving? Or
Nope.
If you're You don't want to see anything here? We can,
Nope. Let's make some tracks.
yeah, good for
All right,
20.
Jeff's gonna make fun of me when he comes up.
Bridge nav,
Blame it on me,
20130.
Brent.
Oh. That's right. Okay.
So while this has been a little bit of a lower abundance coral dive, so not seeing like a high density coral community with lots of corals everywhere, it's been a pretty good, can't talk, it's been pretty good in the terms of diversity. I've seen a fairly wide range of different corals here. It's been more corally than spongy. I've only seen a few big sponges.
Come down 5 meters from me, Jade. Give me a little
Could we
bit
zoom on
fish
that
there.
crab
Oh,
if
yeah.
we get a
King
chance?
crab.
Copy.
Good eyes.
All right, let's have a quick peek underneath here, and then we'll float up and look at the crab. Something,
Oh, big sea spider under there.
yeah.
Or
Tilt
pneumatic,
up, Jay.
No,
Good.
so
pneumatic carcinus.
it's
Either way it looks.
yeah,
No, yeah,
it's
just a shrimp.
There's two of them.
The antennas fooled me.
Hemicralium living way up under the overhang. Things that just still fundamentally don't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, all right there.
One day I'm going to figure out why we keep seeing filter feeders way back in caves.
Well, probably just good lateral flow
I mean, that.
somehow.
Yeah, but that's the somehow is the
Yeah.
question there. If anyone's watching who's really good at hydrodynamic modeling, I want to collaborate.
Right. I'm feeling like you could tilt down.
There's a new graduate student at UH working with Fanny Gerard,
Good.
who's going to stick a bunch of models of deep sea corals into a wave tank
Oh, cool.
and subject them to various flow speeds and look
Nice.
at the turbulence.
That's kind of been on my list to think about doing at some point, so I'm glad someone's doing it.
Okay, I'm very pushing a bit there.
Copy.
Yeah, so this looks like one of the Neolithodes crabs that we've, well, actually, I'll hold my tongue. Let's get a better look at it.
Go ahead, Jade. You guys can chase it. Gals can chase it. I'll have to tilt down and
So what's the defining characters between the Lithodes and Neolithodes? I forget.
Well, they're both in the Lithotidae. I don't remember the exact difference. But yeah, this looks like one of the Neolithodes that we saw the last few times.
Yep.
So this is a king crab, similar to what you might see on that TV show Deadliest Catch in Alaska, but here it is in the tropics here in Palau. But since it lives in a deep, cold environment, it's not terribly different from the waters further north. And this is a predator and a scavenger that we saw quite a bit on our baited camera survey back in March with National Geographic here in Palau. So getting a good close-up view of these critters is good for us.
All right.
So yep, got what we need.
Yep.
Okay, can go
Yep.
right, thanks. Thank you, Jaden. Maybe one more touch up since we're on the cliff here. And it looks like you're gonna have to come up a bit. The wall's getting closer.
So just doing an all-call check-in. How's everybody feeling on the first dive?
Fantastic.
Good, but I smell bacon.
Hungry, huh?
Yeah,
One of the best things about this watch
I
is
know.
getting off, just having a ridiculous breakfast and a good after breakfast nap.
Ooh. Dan, you'll be interested to know, Steve has chimed in saying that back in the day, Mike Philman managed to collect one of these crabs by gently coaxing it into the forward bio box, quickly shutting it.
I've heard this story before.
Not saying you should do that right now, but just thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Josh also has a very famous one of, I forget what the animal was, but he like basically bounced around left and right, finally like bounced right into the box. It's pretty,
I think
pretty
the
cool video to watch.
I don't know if I've even seen the video of this, but I always heard legend of Todd Gregory and like the early 2000s flying Hercules and having a crab they had collected escape in the midwater on the ascent, and the crab, they saw it get out and it was running across the front porch and it like jumped off into the blue, and Todd grabbed it out of midwater and put it back in the bio box.
Todd is pretty legendary. I miss working with him. Chris got to work with him lately.
Have
So
I?
This looks like a dead bamboo here, or at least the top is dead.
Yeah.
What would cause that?
Thought you did.
But I don't know. All right, I think we're good here.
No, I think Todd's a company man now.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's working for Saab.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Went to the dark side.
Yeah. Hate to see it.
Yeah, it's tragic. He's probably got things like, you know, regular paycheck and insurance.
Lame.
How old is Hercules?
It was designed and built right around the turn of the century.
So about the same time as you, Jaden.
That's how I always remember how old Okeanos is, because Okeanos' keel and my birth date are just about the same. Keel laying date and my birthday are just about the same.
Oh, wow.
Another move? Anyone?
So how does that make you feel that Okeanos is retiring soon?
Bridge nav,
Yeah,
2030.
Sea cucumber.
Yeah, let's have a look at this.
Oh yeah. Cucumber or sponge?
The cucumber.
Cucumber.
All right,
This one looks different.
you'll have to tilt down, Jaden. I'm
Copy.
gonna come up here and just touch the porch close to it. Okay, Amber, push in on the
Copy.
cucumber highlight.
You're welcome, Jonathan.
Oh, look, down and to the right. That's gonna.
Wow, look at that. Perfect poop.
Nice reveal.
Probably gonna be there for 1,000 years. I wonder if their pieces can become manganese encrusted as well, or?
I wouldn't think so, no.
It's pretty sandy, so I imagine it wouldn't last too long. I think we got a good enough picture to ID later. Thanks.
Roger. Okay, you can tilt up for me, thanks. Some other critters right up here. No takers, moving on.
Oh, that's a first for the dive.
Roger. Okay, Amber.
Copy.
Black coral.
And you can go on the camera there, Jade.
Yep.
You two make a great team. And my
Yeah.
life way easier.
Black coral with a couple brittle star associates, chrysostylid crab.
Interesting long stalk with branching at the top. Umbellopathes? I don't know, it doesn't quite look
Random
like
zoom
that.
changes are really fun.
Maybe?
Yep, nope, it is an umbellopathes. All right,
Uroptychus.
we're good, thanks.
Okay, moving on.
2 Uroptychus squat lobsters. Thank you, Steve.
Actually, wait a second, before we leave.
Roger.
We have a request to slurp one of the squat lobsters.
Yep.
From Steve.
Roger.
Squat slurp.
Give me a second here to, can you push the porch out?
Yep.
Go all the way up. Maybe give me just a bit more delta. I'm not sure. Is that me bouncing or?
Copy.
Hercule. Find a spot it likes here. Okay, you can zoom back in tight on the squatty there. I get the slurp out. And we'll do the jar cam thing.
Copy.
Just do a bump in on the porch for me so I don't wipe that hose. Oh, never mind, never mind. Sorry. It's going to move our vehicle. You can center him up on the camera again.
Copy.
Pin to the right down just one touch.
Copy.
Quinlan, you could just call it a squat lobster if you want. For the log. Yeah, you can just call it a squat lobster.
That's good.
If you want the Latin, it's Uroptychus.
Go wide, a little bit wider for the hammer. That's good, thanks. Okay, you can go tighter again. And turn suction on.
Copy.
Full power.
It's holding on.
It is.
Right, it's holding on.
All right, well, if it doesn't want to cough the coral, we'll just take the coral too. It wouldn't be a bad thing to have the coral.
There, oh, let go.
Yeah, let's just switch to take the two together.
Roger. Okay, suction off.
Copy.
You want the whole coral below
Yep.
the...
Yep.
You can go back to the... we're going to put this belly in the starboard box, so we'll need those cameras.
Since it's... I'm just...
What do you think?
Oh, no, that's fine. No, sorry. I was debating where we wanted to put it since we've got the squat lobster, whether we wanted to put it in the starboard the forward box so we open it less.
You happy to snip here?
Yeah, that's...
Got two of them there. Forward box, is that what I'm hearing?
That was what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can rack the HD camera back and go wide.
Copy.
And you can bump that forward box open for me.
Copy.
All right.
Think it'll sink.
It'll sink slowly, probably,
Let's see if I can.
if it's not too sticky, though. All right, umbrellapathes with Uroptychus, crab, and ophiuroids and starboard forward. What's the sample number?
Sample number 5 in starboard Omega.
Thank you.
Hey, look at that fishnet too. It looks angry. I went to fish. Okay, you can retract the porch there, and off we go. Thank you, Jake. Maybe a touch left on the camera. Let's get the minute out of the shot. Can you come up, Jaden?
Yep.
And if you get a chance, look straight down. Make sure our tether's happy when I come out. Right. You want zoom on this one?
Yes, please. This is a bamboo coral. And it's the first one we've seen on this dive. Or not first bamboo, first one of this type, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Should be able to get a good zoom on the associates up there. He probably wants to see the branching to the left there, maybe.
Yep.
So this looks like it could be S1 clade, Cladorisis.
Internodal
XG.
branching.
We're going to pan left for the...
All right, science is happy.
Okay. Pan to your right, Hayden. I'll get a shot on the way out here.
Copy.
Ah, yep. Coral livery. Thank you.
Yep. There's a goniasterid sea star,
Ooh,
or
maybe it's
what looks like could be, going to town on a bamboo.
happens to have its tummy bits on the right side. Maybe I'll get a good look. Tilt down just a bit, Jade. You want to see some ports there. I'm going to get really close. Try and get the
Where's?
we're going to try and get his mouth bits, so tight zoom there.
Okay, but
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, you guys do your thing, and if you're lucky, you'll see him. I'm going to go off comms here and hand it over to the A-team.
Thanks for the zoom.
Our pleasure.
We can see these sea stars are one of the only things down here that eat corals. So they climb up the stalks of branching corals like these bamboos, extrude their stomachs and slurp up the polyps, and you can see the lower part of the coral has been, the skeleton has been stripped already, and this sea star is going to slowly make its way up to the top and eat the rest of these polyps. And from the looks of it, it's already eaten quite a bit of this coral. So we don't know a lot about the predator-prey dynamics between these echinoderms and corals on seamats like this, but that's an active area of research, and knowing the balance between the feeding rate of these sea stars and the growth rates of corals is very important to figure out whether or not there are imbalances in the community. And we're heading into a watch change right now, so thanks for tuning in, and we're going to transition to our next watch.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to go ahead and switch off.
Okay, you're muted right now. Yep. Up. Yeah, there you go.
Green line means we're listening to that channel. White line means we're talking.
Yep.
Okay.
Oftentimes I'll just, I'll listen, and then I'll just, I won't talk directly to anyone. So if I'm on SPL, then everyone should be able to hear me.
Okay.
Who wants to hear me? We got that there, man and Jeff. Love and Greta. Okay, cool.
All right. We're still just getting situated back here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
But I think I'm getting closer to getting ready to do the next thing.
Okay. When everybody is ready, let's just start heading uphill again.
Yeah, that's me. Cool. Which way's uphill? Looks like the southeast. And can we come wide on the Hercules, please?
Now I am good to go, but just doing some checks still, so might be a little slow for a little bit.
This sea star has really done a number on that coral.
Yeah, so I think if once everyone's gives the okay, we can make a move and start to head uphill. What are you thinking? Sure. Yeah, you just call like bridge nav once they respond, and then you give them 20 meters at 132. Yeah.
Good morning. I just wanted to check in. Are we good for introductions?
It's good by me.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, awesome. So starting off, I'm Amanda Dedicatoria, sitting in the Science Communication Fellow Chair. I would like everyone to introduce their name, position, and what, if you had a sea creature as a companion, what would it be and why?
All right, I guess I'll get started. My name is Jeff Drazen. I am the science team lead for this shift, and I'm a professor at the University of Hawaii. I'm a benthic ecologist, and I specialize in deep sea food webs and deep sea fish ecology. And give me a moment to think about my favorite sea creature.
Yeah. It would just follow you wherever you go.
Hello everyone, My name is Greta Sartori. I work as a researcher for the Palau International Coral Reef Center, and I will be here on board for the next 10 days, 11 maybe, as a guest scientist. And my favorite sea creature is probably the octopus, or cephalopod in general, because they're very smart and very fascinating.
Just like you.
Hi everyone, this is Noelle. I am sitting in the data logger seat for the 8 to 12 watch, and I am the science coordinator for the Ocean Exploration Trust. I think that I would have to live out my childhood dreams of having a dolphin escort me everywhere that I go.
Oh, beautiful.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Menzel Nurmeril. I'll be the cultural liaison on board. By day, I work at the President's office in the Republic of Palau. If I had a sea creature follow me everywhere, I would say a sea slug. It's just cute, that's it.
Hello everyone, my name is Max. I'm sitting in the video chair and I'm a video engineering intern on Nautilus. And I think I would choose an osprey. Maybe that's cheating because it's a bird, but I think they're still sea creatures. I think it would be cool to see what they could catch as like a falconry thing.
Sorry, I wasn't on SBL. Hi, my name is Rai. I'm in the Atalanta seat. And I think I would want, my favorite fish is a bay pipefish, so that's what I would want. You could hide up my sleeve.
Hey everybody, Josh Chernov. I'm the Herc pilot on this watch and the ROV operations manager for OET. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe these days it kind of changes, you know, what my favorite would be, but maybe something that's just chilling and hanging out, being calm. Feeling like that these days.
So a dugong.
Sorry, I am now still learning the buttons here. My name is Dan Torriello. I'm just learning this role as a navigator on this cruise, and I think my favorite sea creature is the cuttlefish.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Josh, am I good to step away for a sec to help science with something?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
So to our viewers, we are currently exploring an unnamed seamount west of Babeldaob Island, outside the current boundaries of the Palau National Marine Sanctuary. I'm really excited to see what we'll see today, and if you have any questions, please send them to nautiluslive.org.
So you can check in with Jeff, but if he wants to just sort of keep moving, then basically just ahead of when the ship gets to its goal, you can call in like the next move. Because then the ship won't like have to slow down and stop and then ramp up again. So you can just try and like just keep it moving. So basically as you're approaching that goal, you know, if you call a 20-meter move, maybe, I don't know, 9 to 7 meters away or something, you can call in the next one, and then they'll just put that in, and then the ship will just kind of keep going. And that way the DP doesn't have to like ramp up and down and stuff too. Yeah. I would just keep stepping like that. But we can talk, or you can probably just be an SBL and talk to Jeff directly. Just ask him if that's what he wants to do. Yeah.
Hey Jeff, do you want to keep moving upslope here?
Indeed. Yeah, let's, they didn't make it very far on this last shift, but they sampled a bunch, which is great. So I'm thinking maybe we will move a little bit faster than they were going.
Okay, so we'll just put in some like continuous steps until we see something that we want to stop at then.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome.
Copy, thanks Jeff.
Is that better?
Much better.
Josh, can we take a quick look at that thing right there? I know I just said we should get moving, but then we see something, of course.
It's all good. We got time. Can we zoom in, please?
Looks like mostly a skeletonized coral. Maybe this is one of those perched or something? Do we have any more zoom?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean,
looks like there's a little bit of live stuff on that.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of polyps left, but looks like it's been browsed by a sea star. Okay, let's keep going. Thanks.
Okay, come live, please.
Oh, there's a Tina-4 right there.
Tina-4 in the water column just drifted by. Just keep going. We won't be able to catch it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we're in trouble.
So here I see all these amazing pillow lava formations. But what is this telling us about the actual age of this seamount?
Not being a geologist, I'm not going to be able to tell you. But at some point, one of the things we do need to do on this dive is we need to find a piece of this we think we can break off so that we can collect it. Then we can bring that back to geologists ashore, and they will be able to date it using radiochemistry in the rocks and tell us something about this feature. Obviously, volcanic summit, where we are diving on a volcano. That's great.
Can we zoom in, please?
Wow. I don't know if they saw this one on the previous watch or not.
Which kind of sponge is this one?
That's what I am trying to figure out right now. It looks like a glass sponge, possibly a euplectellid, but I am not sure specifically of which one. There is a great diversity of sponges in the deep sea. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, we'll come live, please.
We have enough there that after the fact,